An hour later, I have technical difficulty. Ladies and gentlemen, Thursday night special edition. We had some technical difficulty. My lovely laptop, I have no idea, but things happen in the world of technological stuff, which I'm not a genius at. So I am the host, Bad Bubba Brewer, and this is the special field correspondent, Shane Stadtmiller. We're going to talk a little bit about some stuff tonight, and we appreciate you guys tuning in to this late night show. So, well, Shane, woo! And before we do that, sit back. I'm gonna do the intro because I got to do the intro because it's just the way it is. So I get everything ready. Here we go. Okay, thanks everybody. It's Thursday night. It's a different night. The reason why I am doing it tonight is one of my buddies is coming in from out of town, and it's the only day I can see him. We got something planned for he wanted to see everybody, and I haven't seen him for about 5 years. So sometimes when you want to see the boys, you just got to do it. You know what I mean, Shane? So I figured I could do it a little bit Thursday. It was supposed to be at 9:00. I promoted it at 9:00. I am so sorry. I had a meeting and some technical difficulty. I will not lie to you. I did have a meeting and some technical difficulty because my Gmail and email is messed up. I don't know what happened. My laptop it's been funky. And when I try to do emails, I can't get back into doing stuff anymore. And I don't know how it goes. So, oh, wow. You're everywhere, Shane. So how you doing tonight, Shane?
Doing good. Just had a show talking about Miami football, and a lot of people in there, which was good.
Well, that's good. I mean,
I don't know if we should do the announcement tonight or maybe do it another day. I don't know. Maybe we should hint at it a little bit.
Oh, we can keep everybody on the cheese product line. We'll definitely, because actually you're the one that set this up with this major announcement. So ladies and gentlemen, we'll just keep it on the fryer. We'll talk about some other stuff, and we're not going to go all night. I'm not going all night. I got a lot of stuff I got to do because oh my God, tomorrow's Friday, so less than 48 hours to 3.5 months or 4 months. How long have we been talking about this wrestling stuff?
Oh, I would say 9
months. What?
Well, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So yeah, 8 months.
8 months. So less than a little over more than 48 hours from now. By this time Sunday night, it will be in the record books. It'll be in the books. And hopefully, I can pop a bottle of champagne or something, because everybody's been working their ass off. You, me, my wife, Larry, and the gentleman who's booking the matches. So I mean, we're gonna have 8 to 9 exciting matches. As of right now, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to talk a little bit about this, because that's why I have the platform and the format to actually do this. As of right now, we are almost at I believe at 160 pre-sales, which is phenomenal. And I thank everybody. And we're not done yet. So we could be looking at almost, Shane, 200 pre-sales before people buying tickets at the door.
Yeah.
So I mean, first and second rows are sold out. And as I looked about an hour ago, we're almost close to 160, and payday tomorrow too. Everybody gets paid tomorrow, so people are probably waiting, and that is not including the walk-ups that we're having for this show. So this is the show that we've been talking about, that I'll keep talking about until Sunday at 10 o'clock at night, where I'm probably going to go to sleep. But this is a live pro wrestling show. The APWF is Evolution, the first time since 2010 that this company has been around. I let it go because of whatever reason. I brought it back. It's now a business. I want to thank Wrestling Mayhem Show for having me on Tuesday night. They let me promote the show. We talk wrestling. So I'm trying to bring a different format, trying to do a lot of stuff. Kyle L is in the house on Facebook. Kyle L. He's part of the staff. He will be there Sunday. We have some stuff for him to do. I let him know today. He might be the new interviewer of the APWF. That's right. Hey, who's going to say no to a kid?
I'm not.
I'm not either. So, and plus he can actually, promote his podcast. He's trying to get that back online and stuff like that. Buckle to Buckle with Kal-El. And let me find it here to give him a plug here. Here it is. Buckle to Buckle with Kal-El. He knows his wrestling. He's a big WWE connoisseur. So we do appreciate him. He comes on the Mania Megacast and makes his picks, which actually I got the picks. I did it. And guess who? Guess who sucked? No, I did. I was at the Clash at the Castle, the WWE pay-per-view event. Kyle says plan to have a show out soon, hopefully talking about the Wyatt 6. Good. You have a lot to talk about, kid. John Barr, thanks for tuning in. Mr. K, thanks for tuning in. And Jody Leisure, thank you for tuning in to the Triple B Experience. Clash at the Castle, last week's pay-per-view picks. I sucked with 2 out of 5. Chris had 3 out of 5. Shane, you had 3 out of 5. Larry had 4 out of 5, and he tied with Kal-El again, who is the reigning champion of pay-per-view picks. So Kal-El and Larry were tied 4 for 5. It was the Bianca and Jade thing. That's what screwed everybody up, which I didn't see that coming from a mile away. So, okay, Craig. Hey, Bubba, Shane, wish you all the best.
We have a few people in here. Let's just let people know that there's going to be we might have on the Dynasty podcast some Steelers. We might, I ran into someone that I know, and I usually, I didn't want to put him in a position to ask him, but I know he runs into James Harrison on a weekly basis. He's a high school coach in the Pittsburgh area. Known him for a few years. I volunteer at his organization twice a year for the golf outing.
And let's talk about this. You want to give?
Yeah,
go ahead. You want me to?
So, guys, on our podcast, Bubba and Mize, I can't speak English. I'm so tired.
Okay.
Our Wednesday Dynasty show, guys, and then I don't know if Bubba's going to do it on Triple B, but we're going to try.
We're going to do it on this show too. All my platforms, we are going to promote this.
We're going to sell Sportsman Bash tickets. And I crap you not, my wife 3 years ago won the grand prize, and it is fantastic. This
right
bash.
There. Is that it?
Food, beer, entertainment, and gifts being given every 10 minutes from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Guys,
this is huge, guys. This is huge.
My wife bought 1 ticket. I worked at an event. I worked at sell T-shirts there. My wife won. She won a gun safe, $2,500, a Eco 300 Win Mag, an Uzi, SIG 226, and an AR, a blackout AR, and $2,500 cash and a safe. I already said that.
Wow.
So. And that's the grand prize. The regular prizes are $500. All kinds of really great handguns. These aren't just crap handguns. These are great handguns. Then they have fantastic, sportsman stuff you can look at. Maybe there's some shotguns or different tables and different raffles, and it's just a great time.
Well, we're so excited. We are so excited, ladies and gentlemen, with Shane getting this. Because on this platform of the Triple B Experience, we do the pulp culture wrestling stuff, interviews. We are also going to promote this. We are promoting this on the Steelers Dynasty podcast. Yeah. Now, if this organization, and we are going to do as something in 2025, with the professional wrestling, with the Allied Powers Wrestling Federation. We are going to do a charity with this organization. So I am very proud because I am very pro-military, and I know Shane, God bless his soul, served this great country, and Shane is hooking us up, and we are going to be selling tickets for these, for a chance to win all these prizes that he said.
Yeah.
And this is super huge. Like, it seems like a lot of stuff is
This
is the grand prize of the ring in Bubba's yard. No.
This is an organization that just, says it's going to do stuff. It walks the walk. They have one person that works and does everything for the tri-state area. And you can contact that person if you're a veteran 24 hours a day, and they respond quickly.
I mean, look at that. At the Pepsi Cola Roadhouse in Burgesstown. This is not a small thing, ladies and gentlemen. This is effing huge. And we are going to be a part of that, trying to get some ticket sales. We are going to have the man who is doing this on the show. We are going to have him on an interview, and we're going to have him on either this show or the Dynasty show. And we are doing something in 2025 with the professional wrestling and this organization. And I'm all about organizational charity. And I want to get some shout outs to some people that are on Facebook right now. Paul, thanks for tuning in. Spencer Slade is in the house on Facebook. And before I say anything, I want to congratulate Spencer for getting signed to the NWA. So congratulations to Spencer. He worked his ass off. He's one of the most driven professional wrestlers, athletes out there today, going everywhere and anywhere, getting on a plane, working his ass off, going to Florida, getting in a car, driving to Massachusetts, getting to somewhere in Pittsburgh, and he's just working. So my hat is off for Spencer Slade, and you will see Spencer Slade Sunday in the APWF Return of Evolution. I am so honored that we could actually get Spencer Slade because he's booked everywhere. So, I mean, this show, a little stressful for me. I haven't done this in a long time. Paul says, keep it up, guys. Hoping to make the show Sunday. Yeah, we are, like I said, we are at the biggest pre-sales we had since 1998 because I know it, because I've been around it that long. And I'm not wrestling, and I'm never wrestling again. And I'm promoting, and I'm trying to get the future of tomorrow today. And I'm using this format of podcasting, whether it's this show or my Steelers show with Shane, and we are actually working with Steeler Nation Australia with Mark to get out more content, to actually get viable stuff, to get more subscribers, more people watching, because the more people that are watching, it's a turn, because Mark told us he's making a living. Well, he's getting paid for his Steelers show. So, and maybe, we can, do something too. Craig says, fear the gear. My cousin, God bless you, brother. My cousin is also, he was also in the military. Michael Baroni, also in the military. So, we're going to be selling these tickets, and Shane hooked this up. Shane is a mover and a groover. And,
guys, I'm trying to sell 40 tickets. Okay. If I get 40, I'm going to sell 40 more.
Yeah. And I'm going to try to sell too. And I know a lot of people that support the military that like these kind of charity events where you get prizes every 5 minutes and big, huge prizes. Thank God your family's excited. I'm excited.
This organization, so Wounded Warrior Project will take folks and they'll say, Shane, you have a Purple Heart. Let's go to a baseball game. And they parade you out and they use you to get donations. But when push comes to shove and you call Wounded Warrior Project and ask them, hey, I have a veteran that might need help, or they just literally will push you to a website with phone numbers. This organization actually helps. You get a live person on the phone that walks you through your problem, that listens to you, and it's not this bullshit. So it's about the Warrior. It's legit. It's the real deal. It helped me when I came out of active duty.
Tell them happened to you when you were in the service, real quick? And I know you don't want to
Well,
talk about it. But
when I got out, I was down in Highland, down at the VA in Pittsburgh. I thought I had leukemia. I was bleeding internally, and I didn't know how I was going to make a house payment. And literally, I was going to just take the next job I could find, and it was going to be like as a contractor in Africa, doing stuff you do as a retired military person in Africa. And guess what? He gave me 30 days. He helped me. That 30 days he bought me allowed me to interview for a job and allow me to get a career instead of just putting your finger in a crack in the dam and having just it helped me. It changed the direction of my life. And this guy does this on a daily basis. So if he did it for me, he's doing it for other people. So help people move in the right direction. And he doesn't just put a patch on stuff. He actually helps people. He's a fantastic guy. Steve Monteleone is his name. He's the CEO. He's the president of the organization. And we're going to do everything we can.
Yes, we are. I'm excited. I mean, I'm excited for Sunday. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to get any sleep, but my cousin said, WWP is a joke for vets.
Yep.
And then Paul says the vets deserve all the help that they can get. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know my social media is super huge, and it should be bigger. And these are the platforms that I can actually do. I've never served my great country, but I believe in the veterans, and if I can help out, I'll do what I can to sell these tickets so people that has opportunity. I'm with Shane. Shane called me today. He's like, "Hey, Bubba, guess what I did today?" Shane's moving and grooving. I don't know how he does it, but he does. So, and I'm like, yeah, I said, and I know a lot of people that will buy these tickets to support this cause. And also I know a lot of people that like to gamble and like to try to win stuff. I can never win anything.
It has great food and beer. I mean,
I'm going for the food and the beer. I'll go for the food and beer.
Star Lake Amphitheater. It's right before the Star Lake Amphitheater. It's the Pepsi Roadhouse.
That's huge. That's huge. And we are going to work a wrestling charity show for these guys in 2025. Probably looking maybe after February. Probably right after the Super Bowl. There's nothing going on. We're booking stuff on Sundays. I know there's a lot of companies that are everywhere. I'm just trying to do something. I'm just trying to make a difference with these podcasts and with this wrestling company. So, okay. Paul says, Bubba, I've been on shows with 60,000 subs. I have a degree in communications. I generally believe you have a huge audience. Keep up the hard work and would love to collaborate sometime. Paul, I'm always about collaboration. You want to come on, brother? You can come on. We can collaborate. We're doing it with, Mark from Steelers Nation Australia. I'm all about networking. Shane, come on my show. Shane's been on my show for, I don't know, over about a year now, Shane?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, over a year. I've known Shane all my life. We went to school together.
Mm-hmm.
And Shane was actually, when I first started this, Shane was going to come on and talk about his experiences in the military. Mm-hmm. I remember that. And then Shane, come on. Yeah, and Shane, come on. Shane is now doing his own podcast. He was doing stuff with West Virginia. He still is, but also too. And we're gonna get the brand here. And he's a big West Virginia fan. And this is Shane's show right here. I like the graphics. He come up with the name. It's WVU Mountaineer Mafia.
Yep.
Shane's moving and grooving. He moved from special field correspondent to his own stuff.
I'm still
and your sister said she's excited for Sunday. So,
yeah.
I mean, look, I'm bringing something. I'm trying to use what I know. If I could do this every day to make money, I don't want to be rich. I just want to pay my bills and have my wife. My wife is busting her ass right now, getting a ring entrance done. Went and bought all the food for the boys Sunday because we're not giving hot dogs and pizza. It's not happening. Oh, thank you, Paul. It's like you have awesome charisma. Thank you. Yeah, so does Shane. Both of us together, we're both charismatic individuals. That's what Mark says. Oh, that's what my wife says.
Time I bust ass is if I have Bob's Pizza.
You're not getting Bob's Pizza. We're not. I love Bob's Pizza, and Bob's Pizza is a proud sponsor of the show. And Amanda Fairball, thanks for tuning in. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. I believe we got 19 people on YouTube watching. So hey, thank you guys. Like we got a lot. Ralph Williams just jumped on the show. Ralph is coming up with media credentials. He will be there Sunday. Him and Smoking Jim Frazier will be in the house Sunday. And actually, Ralph is actually moving towards TV. This is his old one. It's not radio anymore. He will be doing TV in Pittsburgh on the local Pittsburgh channels because he's got 17 podcasts too. And he was told free hot dogs. No hot dogs in this stuff. So I mean we're just doing it. Well, it takes a team. It takes a team. It takes a village to what's it take? A small village to make what's the word? Takes a village to
raise a kid, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It takes something. I mean, I just work. You're welcome, Ralph. I just work hard. I try to give everybody, like, we're trying to convert people from my social media to go to our Steeler Dynasty podcast. We got 67 subscribers. We're trying to get to 100. We need 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours. We will get those hours during the football season because I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Because we're doing formats, we're doing some content, and I'm a huge goddamn Steeler fan, and I'll be doing Mondays and Wednesdays live with Shane when he can pop on Mondays, definitely Wednesdays because Shane's everywhere. And this show Friday, I mean, has been going strong.
We have an interview, okay, with a gentleman who grew up on a farm that was adjacent, and I'm not going to ruin the story. I'm just going to give you a snippet.
Yeah, let him. Yeah.
This guy grew up on a farm that was adjacent to a very famous 1970s steel curtain Steeler.
Woo!
Has a story of Bradshaw getting his teeth knocked out and literally thinking he killed Terry Bradshaw, but because a horse kicked him. He's going to tell stories like that because when he was growing up, that farm was adjacent to that Steelers farm. And he interacted with these guys. He saw, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the steel curtain players from the 70s.
Experiences will be on the show. People will be talking about it. We this year are going to move because the Dynasty podcast is going to it's on all cylinders. We had to split our format from the Experience to the Dynasty, and I got two stuff going on. I got two podcasts and a wrestling company. And I try to promote, matter of fact, I try to promote all wrestling as much as I can. Good wrestling. Now, I'm not going to, no offense, people, I'm not promoting wrestling when they don't know a wrist lock from a wristwatch. I'm not doing that. I'm not promoting wrestling where the guys look like they haven't been to a gym, okay, and they don't know, like, me and Shane could probably kick their ass without even thinking about it. You know what I mean? Or having, a shirt, and not looking like a professional wrestler. I am not promoting those kind of companies.
The backyard shenanigans.
I'm not doing whatever. If you're getting $5 or $10, I'm so sorry, but realistically, what are you doing for the wrestling community on a whole? Not that much. And you're putting money in your pocket. And you're not putting money in the wrestler's pocket, because if a wrestler charges $10, that's ridiculous, and they're getting taken advantage of, and it makes the sport bad for everybody. I am not promoting shows like that. There's tons of other shows that are great, and I will not do that. There's so many companies that I will promote, but if they don't know and they're not trained and they don't know what the hell they're doing, just because somebody's got some money and they could put on a wrestling show, that don't mean they're a wrestling company. I'm very opinionated about that, and I'll stick by it. Now, if anybody wants to disagree with me, get your own podcast, and then you tell your own format that way. But I'm just saying, I'm all about wrestling companies. And speaking of wrestling companies, this wrestling company right now is Rise Wrestling. and they do have tryouts, and they had some people that made it into the big time, like Lee Moriarty, Lady Frost, Thea Hill, NXT, AEW, Ring of Honor. They have the trainers. They are a viable company in Pennsylvania, Rise Wrestling. And I don't know when their next show, I think July 13th is the Rumble, I think. So and it just, there's a ton of stuff. And also too, Prospect Pro Wrestling. I don't advertise them enough because there's Friday nights they're running shows. Like their next show is August 2nd. They took July off. They run Friday nights. And usually Friday nights I'm having the Triple B Experience show at 9:00, and I try to actually promote them. So since Thursday, I can actually promote them. Paul says nothing wrong with requiring professionalism. Yes, and Rich Smoke is in the house. And Kyle says, I thought that was Thea Hill on the poster. That's right. She was trained at Rise Wrestling there, Kyle. And Paul says APWF has integrity. I always have. I always have, and I always will. Because now this company is an LLC.
Ever since that came out on South Park, every time I hear integrity, I think of Stan Marsh and selling weed on South Park.
Well, how did he have integrity selling weed? He'd make money?
He just calls his business is called Integrity Weed.
Ah, nice. I wish I could do impersonations. I can't do South Park.
But South Park is killing it. I'll tell you what. If you haven't watched South Park, they have an Ozempic episode that came out, and it is just spot on funny. I know a lot of people out there are talking about Ozempic, but they just murder it.
Well, and then also, I want to do some advertising for this. This is a big charity show on August 24th. It's Eddie P Comic Con. Eddie Pitzker, he passed away. He was bullied, and whatever happened, you know what I mean? Bullies, it's bullshit. Special guest Jim Rung of the Hulk Grand Design. I actually interviewed him with Cable and Mav, and Jim did the Incredible Hulk, and it was phenomenal. You guys can catch it in the archives, and they're having former tag team champion Henry Godwin. You guys can go in the afternoon to this. It's from 12 to 6, and you can get back because the APWF is wrestling at the Castle facility in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, the 24th and October 26th. We got from one show, Shane, we did two shows, and Henry Godwin will be coming the 24th for autographs. We will have the former WWE champion Henry Godwin will be in the house. He is booked to sign autographs that day. He's coming to sign autographs at the Castle. So, I mean,
who's at the home of?
The home of the Allied Powers Wrestling Federation right now, and it will be. Tony Pina, thank God. They do boxing. It's a great facility, and when you guys see it, you'll fall in love with it because that's what I did. I fell in love with it, and myself and Tony and the staff were trying to make something. And realistically, for my house right here on Route 119, bang, 30 minutes to the Castle. It is not far for Indiana County to travel. It's not far to see great wrestling action, and we're going to try to bring the best of the best, and we are going to try to book who we can book. And, I mean, I got a wrestling ring because I put the damn thing in my yard the other day in 98-degree heat, put it together with my son-in-law and my youngest nephew, Vinnie Mac, and we put it together. And, man, I think I shed 20 pounds.
They did I was on my way from between Slippery Rock and Butler's where I live. I got halfway to his house, and I talked to him. He's like, listen, we got it. So I turned around and went home.
Yeah, well, I mean, I appreciate you coming on the way. And, we'll have it up. The turnbuckles are gold. They're Steeler colors, so it's black canvas, turnbuckle gold. I'm going to decide how to do the tape and the ropes. I don't know what color. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe black. I don't know. I have to think about it, but I need duct tape to do it Sunday to hurry up and do it. Huh?
What color do you have?
Well, I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I don't know. Because everybody, when I posted about that ring about last week, everybody thought that was my ring, and it wasn't my ring yet. I just took a picture and was like, oh, I can't wait. Something's coming. Because I never thought in my wildest dreams, Shane, that I would buy not one ring, but 2 rings in my lifetime. This is my second ring. I bought it from Monsters in Kentucky. They did, it's lighter. It's not as heavy.
Well, Bubba, I think your ring was a little more expensive. I've had 2 rings, but they're from pit stains, so I think your rings were a little bit more pricey. So,
well, besides the ring I put on my wife's finger, I mean, but the one that I got from High Spots, that was an 18 by 18, and that was 5,000 back then. But the wood is so expensive. Like I got the wood from Lowe's. Lowe's showed up, 17 boards, lovely $530. I'll tell you, people, $530. And then I went to get my son-in-law, and I was like, "Oh, Chris, I hope that truck's not there yet." You know what I mean? I pulled in. What do I see? An 18-wheeler truck in front of my house. It came on it came on a bed of an 18-wheeler truck.
On 119. Where
on 119, and then I'm taking the rails and picking them up and making sure I don't smash people's windows. Yeah, people were driving by and beeping, beep beep, and then I'm like, yeah. So we got it framed in my driveway, and people were driving by beeping, and then I did that video because I had a 15-foot pallet.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I saw the promo for the pallet to give it away.
Well, I wanted to get rid of it because I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I cut a promo and I got rid of it. Mark Benamati come up and fucking took a trailer, put it on a bed. He took it to his house. And it wasn't even in my house for less than 24 hours.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I was teasing Bubba, and I was, it's not true. This is not some sort of lawn furniture or some kind of decoration for his lawn because he's such an extreme wrestling fan. No, this is a legit wrestling ring.
Yeah, it's in the garage. My wife's car's out, in the driveway. And Burns was messing around, and I go, "Hey, Burns," I go, "the zoning commission called me and said they want that ring out." He's like, no, you seriously got a phone call, Bubba? I'm like, "No, Burns, I'm fucking with you." I said, you know what I mean? He thought seriously that the zoning commission called a ring township. I'm like, "No, Burns." And Susan Yeomans, thank you for tuning in. So I appreciate all you guys tuning in to the lovely Facebook page, YouTube. And like I said, we are going strong on this channel and the Steeler Dynasty channel because Shane, doing his magnificent duties, has hooked us up once again with something with the military. And we are going to have him in, and we are going to talk about this lovely charity.
Yeah, Steve Monty Lowndes, it's about the Warrior Foundation. It's been around for, I might be wrong, I'm thinking 12 years. Maybe
and we will be selling tickets. We're going to be selling tickets. Shane's going to be selling tickets. I'm going to be selling tickets for this charity. We're going to have him on the show to talk about it, to do an interview, to give his experiences and what made him do this. And,
it's go to a movie for you get food. Okay, you can't go to McDonald's right now.
You can't. I went to Haas's yesterday. I took the girls out for lunch. Out to lunch. $81. Lunch.
Well, music. Okay, it's like getting an awesome scratch off. Okay, like those $30 scratch offs that you don't have a very good chance of winning.
I don't have any chance with that.
Damn good chance of winning something that's worth $3, $4, $5, $1,000. You're gonna win the grand prize. $10,000.
I'm good with that.
And then you get booze. You get a little bit of beverages.
We're gonna be selling tickets like hotcakes. I guarantee I'm gonna be selling tickets like hotcakes for this. I know a lot of guys who love my dad loves to gamble.
Oh, you go down
gamble, there and you could drink and you could eat.
It's so much fun. People bring picnic baskets and just sit there and just hang out and do their tickets and just listen for the next
thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars people pay for that. I'm telling you. My dad one time had a ticket thing. It was $100 ticket. Every 5 minutes was a big, huge prize, like an ATV, a truck, $20,000 in cash. Boom, 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 boom. I'm telling you, I don't know if it was the Italians running it or whatever, but it was a big time charity thing for $100 a pop. You had to be there. You didn't even have to be there. You'd still win. Mr. Sorg is in the house on Facebook. Everybody go to Wrestling Mayhem, the Wrestling Mayhem Show every Tuesday night at 9 o'clock. I appreciate those guys letting me come on Tuesday, interviewing me about the APWF. We talked wrestling, we did some WWE, and then I think you got the little bit of the extra stuff. If you pay for his subscription, you can get behind the scenes, and you can hear what's been talking about. What's causing all this? You got to go to the Wrestling Mayhem Show if you're a wrestling fan and if you want to be entertained every Tuesday. Actually, I believe, Shane, had, 900 and some shows. Yeah. I got about 450 videos on my one channel, and then I know we got 13 shows on the Steeler channel. So, between two shows, I got, almost 1,200 subscribers, but still I'm not making a red cent, but that's okay.
Well, we need our Facebook friends to go.
I know.
The Steelers Dynasty podcast and just click subscribe and like.
Well, that's the thing about it. I add people who are Steeler fans, but I add them to my personal page. I don't want them at my personal page because they don't need to know my personal stuff. They're Steeler fans. That's why my personal page is not getting much Steeler stuff anymore, because I do it on the Dynasty. I'm in charge of I run 4 different Facebook things. I need an intern. How you doing, Chris? I seriously need an intern, and you will too, because you're doing your own podcast.
I could get the foreign exchange intern that I have in the cage. In the
I know. I see. Yeah. Well, I'd seen him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Not these Eastern European interns are not politically correct. So we might not be able to get away with much.
Well, Paul says run paid ads with the business pages. Chris says, hello, Bubba Brewer. I have subscribed to the Steelers Dynasty podcast and love it. Thank you, Chris. And it's going to be a great year. We're going to be going to training camp, and I'm going to get Christian Kuntz for Mark from Steelers Nation Australia in a pickleball tournament. I'm going to do it. I'm going to have a big giant sign.
Do with what you think it does. It's actually
it's like a paddle and stuff.
It's a smaller tennis court.
Yeah, well, that's what I did, because when I went to the S&T Bank Arena, they're doing tennis on the other side, on the arena side. Mm-hmm. Okay, because that whole arena's huge. I ain't bullshitting. It's huge. So I was like, hey, put the white thing down. I got the fence with all the sponsorship. We're gonna zip tie all those sponsorships around, because I got a ton of sponsors for this show. Tons.
Hey, Bubba,
right now
at your wrestling event, I'm gonna have a booth. It's $1 for a photo with me.
Well, you are a famous podcaster now.
$1.
You do work for a guy you do a show with a guy who used to be on ESPN. So, and he says that we're not real funny, we're not real good, we're not really sports minded, but that's okay.
Hey, I had 35 people live in my chat.
I know you did. And your West Virginia show is going to be pretty soon. Pat McAfee's going to talk to you.
I don't know about Pat. Pat, if Pat drops in, it's going to be.
If Pat drops in, you're huge, dude. And if he drops in, you got to let me know.
Larry Stewart. Hey, Larry.
Okay, Chris says when the Steelers win the Super Bowl, it will be pickled ball instead of pickleball.
Hey, Papa, this late time slot might be
I don't know. It might be the kicker. I don't know. Maybe people that, or it's just the excitement of Sunday, because we told that we were going to make that big announcement, and that big announcement was your charity that we're bringing on, that we are going to be selling tickets because they want to do something. We're going to get a wrestling show in 2025 with these guys, and I'm telling you, the world is our oyster if we can do this right. Mr. Pierce, how you doing? Larry, thanks for tuning in, Larry. Mucho respect. Hey, I do this. If I could do this oh, wait, it's my birthday Friday. You know what, Larry? I'm not going to be on Friday because my buddy's coming in from Colorado. My friend of oh my God, almost 40 some years. Actually, since second grade, actually.
Not Bubba's ex-husband, because he's only been married once and he's still married to that lady. So no, it's not. He's not trying to get any special treatment.
But Larry, Happy birthday to you. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna sing you a song, Larry. Happy birthday, Larry. Happy birthday to you. There you go, Larry. If it was, if you know, I don't want to do the Marilyn Monroe one because that'll be bad. Paul said there's nothing going on Thursday evenings. This is a great time slot to fill. Oh, maybe you might be. Well, football season's coming, Paul. I know that lovely football game. Yeah, he said it's a good time slot.
Thursday night would be a good time slot.
Larry says thank you. I mean, I could. Hey, if I could do it every night, I would. I know my wife would be like, "What the hell are you doing?" But you know, and we didn't even like talk pop culture because I watched the. Did you watch that last episode of The Accolade? I know. I ain't got nothing, man. I ain't got nothing.
Can you make something that bad? Like, Bubba, I want to ask you. You have people
I'm so pissed.
Star Wars fans are should be crying because you have a Jedi Master that was killed, but you don't see how he was killed.
No, drank a little bit of poison, and then you got. Did you watch the last episode?
Yeah, Chewbacca.
You got a fucking Wookiee sliced half open. Like, how does that work? He's a Jedi Master. How does that work?
You up on a sleeping Wookiee that's a Jedi Master. And then you
know.
don't even show, like, even from the bad guy's perspective, that camera
angle. Did you think that villain looked like somebody from like Saw or something, or some kind of horror movie? It looked like the Killer Joker from DC. It looked like the Killer Joker, dark metal Joker from DC.
He's tiny.
Ridiculous.
Tiny.
I got some
dainty.
Okay, Mr. Pierce says very excited for Sunday. Got some buddies tagging along with us, rooting for the BOSS, Glenn Spector, and the newest NWA superstar, Spencer Slade, and the Rev, Ron Hunt. I appreciate you bringing the people. Alan from Punxsutawney, Kal-El's uncle, big Steeler fan. Yeah, I miss you on the Steeler talk shows, Alan. You got to go to Steelers Dynasty Podcast. Subscribe on the Facebook or the YouTube. That's where I talk Steeler stuff now because I had to split my my shows for algorithm purposes. And Paul says, dang, Bubba, you're doing a national anthem this Sunday. No, I can sing, but no.
Bubba.
I can't sing. I can.
We got hats
coming. Elvis like a mother.
For the Steelers Dynasty Podcast, I got the first.
Hey, if we get 100 subscribers to the Steelers Dynasty Podcast, I will karaoke Elvis Presley. Get me 100.
And what was it? 500.
You give me 500. I'll dress up like Elvis on the podcast and sing. You give me 500 subscribers. And what are you doing if we get 500?
The tanning place, Yucatan, is going to spray tan me with the logo on my backside.
Yes. And speaking of, we can't go on together with Suspicious Minds. I can sing that. I sang at my wedding. Actually, I walked into Elvis in my wedding, actually. But let's get to the sponsors that are sponsoring this huge return show of me putting my wrestling promoter's hat back into the race. I feel like the Mafia. I feel like Don Corleone. But we want to thank One Pittsburgh, Club Sandwich with my boy Todd DeFazio, the former host, me and him in the Triple B Double D Heavyweight Podcast Show. Wallback Insurance, go see Rob in Homer City. Optimal Heights Physical Therapy in Indiana, Pennsylvania. Shadco in Marion Center, Brad Shadle's company that they do a lot of stuff. Construction, road maintenance, they do tons of stuff. And who's sponsoring the main event? Chad Henry, the Indianapolis Colts scout and former booker of the APWF. He was the verbal violator, AHT and 1701. Proud sponsor of the main event, the EC3 NWA World Heavyweight Champion versus big time Bill Collier. My State Farm rep, Dave Smith and Climber. God bless Dave. I tried to get the insurance behind it, and he's like, Bubba, we don't do those policies. But I do have general liability insurance for big bucks. Yeah. So Stronghold Training Center, proud sponsor of the show Sunday, and Yucatan Tanning Salon in Indiana, Pennsylvania. Go see Debbie. Tell Debbie I sent you. You get your spray tan, and then you can put your feet in, and the fishes bite off whatever they do. And my buddy Frank Morano, the brutal Battle League champion and special effects artist from Break All Productions out in Vegas. I talked to him yesterday. He is a proud sponsor of the Triple B Experience, and he's a proud sponsor of the APWF. He's going to come on one-on-one, and we're going to do an interview once I get stuff, finalized in my book. And Troy Fritz, Diamond Troy Justice, the Bunker Club, proud sponsor. And when I get my beer at Alley Cat Beverage in Clymer, Pennsylvania, proud sponsor. And also the Wellness for the Veterans. It's an organization that is a proud sponsor of the show come this Sunday. So, I thank all the sponsors. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody that bought tickets early. I appreciate my staff busting their ass. It's not an I, it's a we. We have things we want to do. We want to get this one out. We want to get this one out. Just get it not over, but just get it. It's like riding a bike for me. I just want to get everything. I know there's going to be a couple hiccups. Tammy's like, look, there's going to be a couple hiccups, and I understand that. We're trying to be as professional as we can be. We have the meet and greet with EC3 at 2:00. So, I got him a room at the S&T Bank Arena. He's got his own private room. We're going to usher him in. The fans are going to meet him and greet him, and he'll sign some autographs. We'll have it's $20 for an autograph and $30 for a combo. You get a picture with him. You get to say hi, and I got 8x10s. I bought 8x10s. So, I've never done a meet and greet before. Be in the moment. Well, I thank you. I'm enjoying it, but it's a lot of hard work.
For maybe a feminine hygiene, or maybe it depends. Be in the moment.
Be in the moment. Well, hopefully I don't get all, whatever. But also too, after the meet and greet, I'm going to go out and I'm going to do what I just did. I'm going to have the sponsors, and I'm going to thank each one of them individually. Now there's going to be some APWF alumni that's going to be in the house. I'm going to give them their just dual recognition. I'm not going to have everybody come to the ring because it would take too much time, because we are starting a show at 3:00. Now, I might have someone come in. I'm not saying who, and I'm keeping that quiet. But, we have a lot of history with this company. This company has a lot of history. People don't know that. We had some, guys who were in the WWE that were the heavyweight champions of this company. Big time Bill Collier was a champion of this company at one time. Big time Bill Collier got his start with the Allied Powers Wrestling Federation. Now he went to other places and won championships and did whatever he had to do, but he started right up here at the K Arena when that's where we used to run. We had a training facility there. So I don't know if Pig Vomit's going to be there. He knows about it. I haven't seen Vomit in a long time, so I don't know. But it's the last match for Team Tap Out. Win, lose, or draw. I think Marion Center, the community, is starting to generate some people, because some tickets, and people are starting to talk, because, Donnie Fulmer, Mr. Tap Out, one of the, football coach, wrestling coach. I think the community is starting to get the buzz. And believe me, if the football and wrestling community get behind Donnie, it's going to be busier than what I told S&T Bank Arena. I said, I told them about the pre-sales. I said, you better have people working them concession stands, because I was like, this is the biggest pre-sale since 1998. And I'm not bullshitting. I'm very serious, because I know in 1998 what the pre-sales were, because I sold 300 tickets myself, and that's just me. And at that time, it was the first day of Trout, and it was a Sunday, and it was packed. The Punxsutawney Community Center was packed on both sides. There was probably 800 to 1,000 people there. It was packed. It was something. I mean, the fucking roof was shaking when they were chanting my name. But I sucked at wrestling. I think I just did a hip toss. And that was it. But
Daredevil.
I mean,
Hey,
what's that?
Daredevil.
Oh, hey, Devil, what's up?
Tell Daredevil. So Daredevil, I reached out to a gentleman today that literally he told me James Harrison's in my office every other week.
We're gonna get some Steelers on, brother.
So I'm working to get a meet and greet or
Thanks, Paul.
some stuff lined up with either Christopher Kuntz or James Harrison, and maybe anybody else we could maybe get. So
yes,
Mark will have some sort of.
We're gonna get Mark hooked up, man. We're gonna get Mark hooked up. Like I said last night on the Steeler Dynasty show, I'm gonna have a big giant banner for Kuntz at training camp, and I'm gonna be like, Mark from Steeler Nation Australia challenges you in a pickleball.
Yep, and we're gonna get
to play pickleball.
Say, Steelers Nation Australia. I'm not handicapped. I'm just Australian.
Yeah, because
people are gonna think he's some guy from Turtle Creek that can't talk right.
Right, not from Australia. They just think he's down from McKeesport.
He's from Turtle Creek or Plum or something. That's just the way they talk down there.
Yeah.
Them guys.
That or he's from Creekside or he's from Tonoma. If he's from Tonoma, he's done. He's down and out.
My wife's like, where are we going to go for my anniversary? I said, well, it is our 20th is coming up. I'm thinking Plumville, but since the 20th,
go down to Dowds and grab a snack, and then you have like a little picnic. Because then you can get like you can get a recliner at the same time.
Yep.
I was through Plumville the other day because I had to go out to the doctors, and they took the pumps out of Bresnox.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, there's no gas. You run out of gas on 85, you're fucked.
I literally, I had no gas in my tank. I was getting my car serviced at Wood, and I'm like, I left, and it was like on empty, and I literally down and looked. I'm like, where are the pumps?
You're screwed, dude. You run out of gas on Route 85, you're done. But speaking of 85, have you the Black Bull Saloon? Did you know it reopened?
Oh yeah,
It's called the Smashers Bullpen. Jammin' Jim, who was my DJ at my wedding, Jimmy opened it back up, and they have like all these food specials and stuff. Jimmy wanted. He's like, hey, Bubba, I want you to come out and I want you to check to see if you can do a wrestling outdoor show. And I'm like, Jimmy, I do not like outdoor shows. I can't trust the weather. I just don't like the outdoor shows. Now if somebody paid me $5,000 to do a show at a fair or something, that's a little different. But to do an outdoor show, I've had that happen. Paul says, yeah, Jim's a man. Love the guy. Yeah, Jimmy was great, man. Jimmy was great as a DJ at my wedding. He was fucking phenomenal.
Maybe Jam and Jim would want to sponsor the Steelers Dynasty podcast.
We have a podcast there, and we can eat some barbecue.
Podcast from there.
I would do a podcast there. We will do we will take the podcast on the road, but I don't think I got to have the equipment. I don't have the equipment. I mean, I could talk. I mean, the phone. I did one at Al Patty's one time. We did a Steeler thing at Al Patty's.
Headset and phone. Just do it outside.
But how you gonna? You got a charger. Remember, we were supposed to do that tailgate party, and it didn't transpire because it's kind of hard with my job. I can't take off every Sunday. Oh, speaking of taking off, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give a big shout out for tonight because this gentleman on his show actually was plugging the APWF like gangbusters, and he has the media consultant, and if he sees talent when he's out looking at shows, he's got business cards are coming. So Pro Wrestling Extreme Talk, the king Larry Stryker is in the house.
Yeah,
so I appreciate Larry. We had that meeting, and I appreciate Larry, doing his show tonight. They went through the matches and stuff. So
I messaged him for I was going to rent a car.
At the airport.
Yeah, I was just gonna. Well, sometimes I fly out of Latrobe, but I figured, maybe I'll rent something a little bigger to go to the beach. I have a 4Runner, but Larry got a call.
Oh, Paul, yeah, Jimmy's great with doing that MC stuff for the Salzburg Canal Days. He gave Blackridge an insane intro at the Canal Days, and Blackridge actually performed on WDVE. So they're getting their name out there. They're getting. You know, I try to share their stuff on my social media. So if anybody's listening that wants to listen to some good rock and roll music, man, you know, Black Ridge. Like I said, they were.
Do some
Yeah, I just can't. I mean, I like to go see some music and stuff. I love music. It's just that it's so hard to go places anymore. Like, I mean, I went to saw Tammy Savinsky
yeah.
at Marge Tompkins, and it was a little acoustics, but I wanted to throw some support to Tammy. And then Tammy said she might be coming back up here moving, and she was she had a new album she was doing, and I believe, and then Paul, I might be wrong with this, but like if because the Indiana downtown theater does a lot of music. So, and I'm sure Paul already tried to, you know, book that place and try to get in there, but yeah, he says, yes, sir. Thank you, brother. We have gigs every weekend until mid-October. Come see us anytime. I sure will, brother. As long as it ain't the 26th and the 24th. I'm kind of booked because we're, you know, doing we're doing at the Castle. The first time ever the APWF was in Johnstown. Now, we were in Johnstown before. We were called Championship Wrestling under Chris Lash, and that's when I broke the APWF title with my head. Zuboff beat me, and I broke the title, and we had Larry Zabisco, and we had Disco Inferno came in. He was running late, and Disco Inferno came in for a run-in in the main event. That's all he did. And Paul says, oh, yeah, we've been at the theater several times. We'll be back there in December with Gene the Werewolf. Oh, shit. I know Gene. I've heard of that. Great place. Let me know, Paul. We'll try to promote you, brother, because I know I don't have any wrestling shows in December. So I definitely want to come see you. And Larry says, yeah, in Windber. Yeah, that's correct, Larry. I think you were probably at that show when I got, you know, smacked in the head with the belt. I have the belt downstairs. It's under my TV. I didn't, because I never thought in my wildest dreams, you know, with my little shrine downstairs that the APWF would be back in action. Because I'm looking to get a belt made. I'm looking to get a heavyweight title made. I was looking at Wildcat belts. You know, Drew Lazario is actually one of the managers when we were Soldiers of Fortune when he was with the APWF way back when. See, people don't know that. Like, people don't know. Like, they just think, I don't know, maybe I'm I ain't done this before. You know, I'm not saying I'm the greatest person at this, but I think I'm fair, and I think I learned a lot from my mistakes, and I own up to my mistakes because I'm not perfect. You know what I mean, Shane?
No, I know what you mean. I think you know what? This is just entertaining. Just listening to the nuances of what goes on week to week in setting
I know
up.
you've been in a couple meetings.
This,
You know,
so,
oh, Josh Whittison from WDAD is in the house. Josh, I want to thank you so much for getting me on the radio. We are doing a percentage of the tickets will be going for the Teddy Bear Fund Drive. You know, this Sunday. Hopefully, the whole Indiana County on a whole comes out because there's nothing going on. You know, if I sell 700 tickets, God bless America. If we sell more, it doesn't matter. I'll get seats. We'll figure something out. You know, but I mean, hopefully Indiana just supports something because there's never been this is the only wrestling company that's ever been around here and it's independent, unless they're WWE or TNA or WWF when Bruno Sammartino used to come to the fairgrounds. But this is the only company, and we're back, and we want to do it once a year in Indiana. Now we're going to be in Johnstown. That doesn't hurt you people from Indiana to drive down because it's only 30 minutes. I can get in my car.
Radio reception works when you're driving, you know, Scalp Avenue, you still get the same stations.
Yeah. So I mean, and look, it's, you know, we're part of the Tourism Bureau of Indiana. We'll be part of the Tourism Bureau in Cambria County. Like, you know, I mean, it's, you know, and I thank the Tourism Bureau for actually advertising it, and hopefully a lot of people come up because this is, you know, it's entertainment where it's a tourist attraction. People are coming in from out of town. You know what I mean? So, I mean, honestly, I'm trying to get like, you know, Grantwood money would be good.
Come for the Jimmy. Jim, and stay for Bubba Brewer, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
yeah. Well, Paul says, well, I don't have to worry about being mugged in Indiana, Johnstown. I'm not so sure. Oh, jeez. Well, at the Castle facility, you will not get mugged. The only thing you're going to get mugged, you're going to get mugged with a hell of a good time.
Yeah.
I just thought of that one. You know what I mean? So, and Stryker the King says Johnstown isn't that bad. And it's actually the new home for the Allied Powers Wrestling Federation. So, I mean, I can't complain. So, but
Been a good show, Bubba. Covered a lot of ground. It's been a good show. We covered a lot of ground.
Oh, yeah, I know. Man, and hey, I want to give, I don't know if did I say PP&J's? PP&J's opened up it's a county market convenience store now on 286. Phil has a whole bunch of stuff, fresh deli, and also, what does he sell? Buckeyes. He sold out of Buckeyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just over the hill from the house. And
I never had one. I mean, they're delicious.
I've never had a Buckeye before. Larry says APWF doing great things. See you guys Sunday. I hope so, brother. It's going to be no sleep till Brooklyn. No sleep till Brooklyn.
I might have to not rock.
No sleep till Brooklyn. No sleep till Brooklyn.
No sleep till
Steeler Dynasty podcast. I will sing Elvis when we get 100 subscribers. 500, I will dress up as Elvis and I will sing the Steeler fight song. And if I get, 1,200 with the Triple B experience, I don't know. I'll think of something. I'll do the YMCA or something. I don't know. No sleep till Blairsville. I travel to Blairsville every day to work. Oh God, I still got a whole bunch of stuff to do. I really do. I got to make copies and stuff like that. My wife, God bless her, Tammy has been phenomenal. Tammy Rao Brewer is the driving force that keeps this thing going because she believes. She believes. I sometimes I doubt myself, and I have to. She's like, no, this is.
I think Tammy has the dog whistle. And every time Bubba starts looking in the wrong direction, that whistle goes. He's like, okay, I gotta do this.
Well, right? I mean, she did my wife did the ring entrance. It's going to look phenomenal. She's taking care of the boys in the back with food. See, you got to let me finish with food because I didn't want a hot dog and a pizza for the guys. You know what I mean? So she's busting her ass doing that. She did. Yeah. God bless her. Larry says, yeah, we got a crimper for all the banners. We bought one of those crimper things for the banners. So she was putting the holes for the zip ties to be put on. She was doing that last night or the night before she was doing it last night because she was off today because she works Saturday. So she was busting her. I mean, yeah. So, and I understand behind a good man is a great woman, and she's all about this company, which I never thought in my wildest dreams that my wife, she was the one that said, go get a ring. So, hey, you don't have to borrow a ring off anybody. So you don't have to be obligated. That's pretty smart. And then the ring came in because she was a little, I know Larry and her were a little worried. Everybody was worried about the ring. We got the ring. I know I know you were. I know you were. And we're going to, and actually, and Paul says, thank you, Miss Brewer. Thank you so much, Paul. And the thing is, though, I actually got the S&T Bank Arena gentleman to give us an extra hour. So at 11 o'clock, we're going to be setting up. So I'll put the bat signal out for everybody because the quicker we get the ring formatted, I got to do. I don't know what kind of tape. We got to tape the ropes because Chris said to tape the ropes because the ropes are just black. So you got to get like duct tape, and I don't know what color yet because the turnbuckles, like I said, are gold or yellow because it's Steeler covers canvas. You would get red?
Yeah.
Red and yellow?
And black. Or will you get blue?
I don't know.
It's not going to match it.
Well, I'll probably have to get enough duct tape to do all three ropes. That's, and then I got somebody, it's just a tedious job of getting that tape and putting that tape around three ropes, but I'm sure I could get people. I have to delegate stuff.
I'll be bitch.
Okay, Paul says top and bottom rope black and the middle rope yellow.
There you go.
And because it's got the yellow turnbuckles. And I know I need to get the the coverings for the turnbuckle things. I think those are extra.
Black then. Just do black and call it a day.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna debate. Because I got to get music downloaded. You know what I mean? Huh?
White? You can get white. I've seen white duct tape.
White? Oh, white. I don't know. That's a lot of duct tape. I don't know if I'll have to go get duct tape Saturday. Well, I don't know. I was thinking. I don't know. I posted that picture on Facebook and people thought that was the ring, and no. So I have to look at that one again and see. But it looked good. And then and Chris said it'll look theatrically appealing, and then you want to have tape because you don't want the ropes to slip, Hello, Justin. He says, hi, gentlemen. And you don't want anybody slipping, you know what I mean? So, because if you go to the top rope and those ropes slippy, you never know. Like Paul said, it's a hard choice, to be honest. All the black might work too. Some yellow would work, but all black would probably be fine. Yeah, I don't know. And you said red. Would be red would pop.
The red would pop with that because if look at what we're looking at right now on the screen. Top left, it's at red and it's black and gold.
So the red pop.
A little bit of red with the blue and the gold, and for the Steelers. I don't know. Thinking.
Well, you know what you could do? You could do red, white, and blue.
There you go.
Man, that's a goddamn. This is a major decision. It shouldn't be.
Nah.
I mean,
cheap gray duct tape.
Cheap gray. Gorilla tape. So, oh man. So, Paul says, hop on AEW Fight Forever video and do the design ring feature and play with it. I don't even have. I haven't played a video game in such a long time. Hey, Chris Ward, thanks for showing up. I haven't played. In a long time. So, like, before I get out of here, because this is the last time I'll be doing this, like on this show. Well, Justin says classic red, white, and blue.
But
with the yellow turnbuckles and the black canvas.
Yeah.
And there's all your Steeler colors because you got canvas is black, turnbuckles is gold, and then you got the lettering from the helmets, red, white, and blue.
I would just do yellow, red, and blue like the Steelers then. No white.
I don't know.
I'd just say do gold and black. And what if it looks like shit, then we'll just do all black.
That's true. We can tape over it.
That's it.
So all yellow would be kind of cool and pop hard. Even with the yellow turnbuckles?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'll have to.
We'll maybe do that. Let's do that.
Well,
look, let's see what we find. That's what we'll get.
Well, we'll whatever's the most of, we'll look. But anyway, at 2 p.m., the meet and greet with EC3. I actually talked to him tonight. He's showing up. He said he'll be there at 1:48. I said, okay, God bless America. So he'll have a room to himself, and he's going to be doing it for about a half hour. And then, like I said, I'm going to do a little spiel about maybe 10 till, and then the legendary Hank Hudson will do his spiel, and the show will be at 3 o'clock. This is the poster. First 2 row tickets are sold out. The floor seats are going like hotcakes last time I checked. This is the biggest pre-sale show since 1998. The main event is for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. It's never been defended in Indiana County ever. This is historic. Bruno Sammartino has been here, defended his belts in the 60s. It's a fair. Hulk Hogan was here, but he never defended the belt. But Hulk Hogan was here. John Cena and Roman Reigns was here. But EC3 will go against the best unsigned talent, big time Bill Collier. And we have a double main event with the Team Tap Out versus the hottest tag team on the East Coast, the Rad Boys. We also have the Fight Underground Championship heavyweight title match, the Reverend Ron Hunt versus Christian Noor. And Justin says, well, Paul says, all the yellow would kind of cool and pop hard. Justin says, legendary Hank. And Paul says, I'll probably be strolling in about 4:30 after my day job. Can't wait. Okay, cool. And then what was I going to say? The tag team is Vince Valier and Pierce Puregold versus former champion around here, but signed NWA talent now, Spencer Slade, and the Italian excellence, Christina Araghetto. Lakin is in the house. Thank you for tuning in. And we will have the Troublemakers versus PJ Savage and the new guy, Isaiah Prince. These two guys are fucking behemoths. They are huge. And we got the legendary wrestler, T. Ranchula from Pittsburgh, going against Tyler Brooks. And we have, I got some questions here. Oh, if you can't decide, go with all black ropes. And someone, like you said, Mountaineer Mafia, all black. But we have the Rise Grand Champion. This is just today. The Rise Grand Champion, the Cowpoke Paul, will be defending his title against Zach Nordstrom at the S&T Bank Arena. Rise Wrestling title will be defended on our show. Two companies, two championships, because Fight Underground is no longer in existence, but it's the first time ever that the Fight Underground will be defended in public, because Fight Underground was doing it during COVID. So we have 3 championship matches. And Thomas Kennedy versus Matt McCoy. So we got guys from Buffalo. Justin says a stack card, so much talent, one place. If you're a fan of wrestling, you don't want to miss this show. Thank you, Justin. And I told Justin to look at some tapes because being a referee is very valuable. And he was honest. He was like, Bubba, I've done everything but referee, but hopefully he, you know what I mean? Because Justin, you can get gigs if you were a trained referee and get trained, because you just never know. So, because referees, a good referee is hard to find, and I got 3 to 4 coming, because I rather have more than not enough. So, but look, people, get your tickets. I know we've been talking about it, but we were very, very proud with this big, giant, huge announcement that Shane made before we got out of here. Besides the APWF this Sunday, get your tickets. We're going to be selling tickets at pretty close. I think, everybody gets paid tomorrow, and then you're going to have to come up to the door. It'd be first come, first serve. And also, Shane did this. We got, we're going to be selling tickets for this. We're going to have the founder of this organization on
July
either
3rd.
one of these podcasts. We're gonna help promote as much as we can.
Yep.
And you know what? We might have a flyer. We might have a flyer at the show. Shane, we need a flyer. We'll put a flyer up at the show. You know what I mean? And people can see it. You
just have to go to www.iatw.us, put in your card, and that's how you buy a ticket. That's it.
There you go. And then you could go party on the 28th, 2024. I don't know if I'm working that day. I hope not, because it seems like we're going to sell tickets. I know a lot of people that like to buy tickets, and I know a lot of people that like to have guns.
There was years I bought 1 ticket and years I bought 4 tickets for the event. So, you can do whatever you want to do. So it's fun to buy the entry ticket at $50 and then go buy a bunch of table tickets for different things. It's crazy. Plus, that main $50 ticket gets you in the drawing for the one from the 12 noon until 6 p.m. It's gone every 10 minutes. It's amazing. So
I have a question. Paul said, how many rows are there until the bleacher seats? Like I said, the first 2 rows are sold out. That was the ringside. Those are sold out. It starts at the 3rd row and it probably goes, I probably got 5 rows total. You're probably looking at 5 rows of 400 people on the floor. If we sell out of the floor seats, looking at 400 on the floor, the bleacher seats could hold probably maybe 300 people. Now, if we did the whole, we're not doing the whole arena. I'm not lying to people. If we were doing the whole arena, you could get 1,500 people in there easy. If the community shows up and the Teddy Bear Fund Drive, they're getting a percentage of the tickets, of the ticket sales. You know, we're doing it for charity. Look, it's going to be a great fan friendly show. It's you know, it's not going to be no hardcore stuff, and it's going to be the best talent that we possibly could book for this show. And it's returned to the APWF at the S&T Bank Arena. You know, tell everybody I'm going to keep promoting it until I don't know, even when the ring's up Sunday, I'll still be promoting it on social media. You know, and you like I said, first 2 rows are sold out. And let me check real quick. I'll check real quick, send me tickets real quick, because people get paid. You know what I mean, Shane? They're getting paid.
Yeah.
You know, and I do have a list. It's still, yeah, pretty close to, yeah. All right. We're pretty close to, getting close to 200 tickets pre-sold. Get your tickets, you know, get your tickets, you know, and then we're going to have a lot of walk-ups. I know a lot of people that are coming. Paul said, just wondering, I'm coming late. I might just pick up a bleacher seat, but I'm definitely buying 1 ticket. Going to be awesome. Okay. Well, thanks, Paul. Yeah, I appreciate all the support for everybody. I appreciate all the sponsorship. Let me just go one last time, because I've been plugging these guys and they've done so much. There's all the proud sponsors of the show Sunday. I appreciate it so much. And here's the Wellness for Veterans. They came on, and I couldn't get them on the thing that I put on, but also too, just get your tickets, www.apwfwrestling.com. And I'll be back next Friday night, but it seems like this Thursday night seemed to be a good thing. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe I can do Thursday and Friday. Who knows? It's more, hey, what is? I don't know. Thank you, Paul. He said we're going to have a nice house. I hope so. And then next Wednesday, myself and Shane will be talking Steelers football like we always do. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. Steelers Dynasty Podcast could be the hottest podcast going in this season, because we got a lot of stuff going on with our collaborations with Mark from Steelers Nation Australia. We did a video last night. You have to check it out. It's 10 minutes, and we give our opinion for 2024. So, and Shane.
From Australia, I swear.
Yes. Yeah. So, hey, Shane, thanks for popping on. Thanks for all your help. Thanks for that great announcement. And we will keep plugging away. And, you know, we'll just keep plugging. I could talk for, like, I'm all excited. I didn't even have an energy drink.
You're going to have to get to bed.
I'm pumped up. I know I got to get some sleep. But, you know, thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in. I'm going to have to do a thumbnail sketch. Do a cool thumbnail, because that's how people do it. That's what Shane tells me. You got to pop the colors. So I'm going to make one of them for tonight's YouTube thing. And I'm going to do and we're also on Spotify, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to watch it on YouTube. We also have the audio on Spotify. The Triple B Experience has all the shows, the Dynasty and the Experience shows. Paul says, thanks, guys. Great show. Thank you, Paul, for tuning in. And everybody go see Black Ridge. They'll be out all over the place. Definitely in December. And when he tells me, I will promote it on all social media. So good night, Shane. I will see you soon. And everybody, I will see everybody hopefully Sunday. Hopefully. So everybody, have a great night. And we will see you Steeler fans next Wednesday. And we'll see you pop culture guys and wrestling fanatics maybe Thursday, maybe Friday. Who knows? I don't know. But also too, before I go, I'm also doing a one-on-one interview live Monday with the 2 girls from Keep It Real podcast. We're going to talk wrestling. And if you guys want some wrestling questions, it will be live. I'm not recording, because I think the wrestling fans want to ask these 2 girls a question. So Monday at 8 p.m., I will have a one-on-one with those 2 on Keep It Real Podcast right there. Keep It Real Podcast Monday night. So I'll be promoting that. You guys jump on, ask some questions. So everybody, I think I'm done now. I think I got everything out of the way. So, and I'm going to end it on this note right here. Here we go.